Good evening and welcome. It is so wonderful to see all of you here. My name is Maureen Evans Arthurs, and I serve as the Director of Government Affairs and Strategic Partnerships for County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball. We are so excited to have you here at our 2023 State of the County. I'm going to go ahead and run through our incredible list of community partners and elected officials, and I'm going to ask if you could hold your applause. I know it's really hard. Hold your applause until the very end. From District 1, we have County Council Member Liz Walsh. From District 2, County Council Member Opal Jones, Dr. Opal Jones. District 3, Council Chair Christiana Rigby. And Council District 4, where we are tonight, Council Vice Chair Deb Young. We also have District 9 Senator Katie Fry-Hester. We have District 9B Delegate Courtney Watson. Also District 12 Senator Clarence Lamb, Dr. Clarence Lamb. District 12 Delegate Terry Hill, and Doctor as well. We also have our District 12 Delegate Jessica Feldmark. Our State's Attorney Rich Gibson. Our County Sheriff Marcus Harris. We also have former County Executive Ken Ullman, and our former County Council member Dr. Vernon Gray. And from our Board of Education, we have Dr. Yun Liu, Dr. Lin Feng Chen, my apologies. We also have Board of Ed member Jolene Mosley. We also have our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Carolee Turner-Little. From the Governor's Cabinet and Administration, we have Deputy Chief of Staff, Shana Hernandez. We have our Director of Community Initiatives, Reverend Larry Walker. We also have our Deputy Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, Dylan Goldberg, and Secretary of the Environment, Secretary Serena McElwain. And from our federal delegations office, from the Office of Senator Ben Cardin, we have Jessica Cook. From the Office of Senator Chris Van Hollen, we have Jessica Clateman. We also have from Congressman Sarbanes' office, Vicky Garcia. From our hospital, we have CEO Dr. Shafiq Ahmed. We also have our CEO of the Howard County Library System, Tonya Akins. And last but not least, we have our incredible host this evening at Howard Community College, Dr. Daria Willis, our president. So thank you all so much for being here. If I missed you, I apologize. Next time, please RSVP or send me a text. And with that, we would love to show you our incredible progress, not only from this past year, but the last 5 years of our administration.
I think the relationship between our county executive and Johns Hopkins Howard County Medical Center has been exemplary over the past 5 years. Having been through the COVID pandemic, the crisis for employment afterwards, and everything in between, it's been a wonderful partnership, and there is so much understanding between us and the county government.
I would describe County Executive Ball's support as unmatched by any other county executive we have. You know, every year that we have our Sunflower Festivals, he comes out to try to support us, and then when he comes out, he shares it on all his social media pages, and it really broadens our business to people that wouldn't even know we're in this part of the county, that wouldn't even experience this, but now they saw it just because he was out here.
I think Dr. Ball represents a catalyst for social change within Howard County, but also around the United States, because more young people are trying to get their voice heard, whether that be through protests or just exercising their civil liberties. Dr. Ball represents the willingness to impact legislation and also to want to represent different demographics. Him proposing a work group in which we are all from different age groups, all from different schools, districts, it's important and it's imperative for legislation, but also for our representation, for people that come after us, not just for us in the moment.
This one called right out to me.
Me too. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You're not Calvin Ball, are you?
Sure am.
Holy moly! And I appreciate your help.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Definitely do this one. There we are.
We just love trees. I love shade. I've always wanted to live surrounded by trees, and it's so nice to have the county helping us make sure that our trees are native and that we're helping support the local animals by, planting fruit trees like this one.
I just would want to really thank Howard County Government, County Executive Board for establishing these commissions for the marginalized groups.
Through our commissions here in Howard County, we can really make impact. We can really transform, right? We can really transform the system, transform the society, and make sure that everybody is heard, everybody is seen, and everybody is welcomed, respected, accepted, and everybody feels good to be in Howard County.
Under Dr. Ball, we have certainly increased the CSP grant to support the grants to local arts groups. I mean, we fund about 50 to 60 of them. And so those are operating and project grants that help them produce great community arts activities for the community and in the community. Dr. Ball is so generous with his time, and it means so much to all of these small community groups, as well as the large arts organizations, to have his presence there, handing them their award, congratulating them for the work that they do. It lifts them up, and it encourages them to go back into the community and work harder and create more experiences for the public to enjoy the arts.
This is my second college that I've led, and this is the first time that we have had this level of support as an institution. I mean, anytime that I call Dr. Ball and ask for things for our budget or whatever we need, he is always there. And it's more important because he's there for our students. It's a students first attitude, and he knows that this, whatever he gives to us, will help transform lives.
We are desperately hoping for a high school that we have so needed in our area. So almost like a campus feel, almost as being, I think a lot of our northern Elkridge residents and Hanover residents would feel this is more of our town center. Our Elkridge Library has really become our community center.
Dr. Ball, what you see is what you get. This is a man who believes wholeheartedly in service, a man who believes that Howard County can be a model for the state and the nation to follow. And I see that through and through in private conversations, in public events, and in policymaking.
We have a large responsibility to the community. It is very important for that government representative to be able to sit and understand our needs, and not only our needs, how they can help, how we partner together. And I think Dr. Ball has been really great over the past few years about working with us in that capacity.
I can sleep at night knowing that Dr. Ball is there and that he has our back. We've got the Workforce Skilled and Trade Center that's coming up next. He has been supportive of the project from the beginning, and we are 100% thankful and grateful for that. And as a president, I've got so many other things that are conflicting in my brain that keeps me up, but I don't have to worry about whether or not we have support from our county executive to do these wonderful things.
Hi everybody, it's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm so proud of the progress that County Executive Calvin Ball continues to make right here in beautiful Howard County. With his leadership and your support, Howard County remains at the top of every national list, whether it is home to the safest cities or the best schools in the country, from Columbia to Ellicott City to Lisbon to Woodbine to Elkridge to Savage. Maryland's road to excellence leads right through Howard County. And I'm confident that through our continued partnerships, we'll ensure that no one gets left behind. And I'm so honored to serve with Calvin Ball on this journey.
And now, without further ado, your Howard County Executive, Dr. Calvin Ball.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome. During the last 5 years, it has been an absolute honor to serve as your Howard County Executive. With consistent collaboration and partnership, each one of us will continue to ensure that Howard County is the best place to live, work, play, grow, and thrive for all. We endured one of the most challenging times in our history. However, through it all, Howard County remains a national model in response, recovery, and resilience. Our bold, transformational vision has always been data-informed and people-driven. We will continue to be at the forefront of sparking innovation, investing in education, protecting our environment, and strengthening our communities. The state of Howard County is strong, and we are on the road to excellence. I believe our biggest, boldest, and brightest days are ahead, and as we journey toward the next stop, we're on the road to excellence. However, we know that right now, many in our community are hurting. We have seen increased terror, turmoil, and despair in Israel and Palestine. The shock, the pain, and grief from these events continues to reverberate across our community. The unconscionable acts and attacks on innocent people, including young people, babies, and the elderly, must be condemned in the strongest terms. With each day that passes, my heart goes out to every person who is suffering in the Middle East, and I pray for the safety of all of our innocent family, friends, loved ones, and world citizens. It's times such as these where we see hate reverberate in our community through Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. Let us unite to foster a welcoming Howard County where we can show compassion, love, and empathy to one another. Let us say in word and deed that hate has no home here. To that end, tonight, I am committing $750,000 in grants to protect our sacred houses of worship. No matter your faith or where you reside in Howard County, every one of us should be able to worship freely and safely. This vital funding will deter potential acts of violence and hate crimes to ensure that all residents are safe and feel safe. In the coming weeks, I will also sign an executive order establishing an interfaith advisory council. Comprised of faith leaders in our community, this council will build and nurture relationships within our interfaith community. And this council will also provide valuable recommendations to address some of the most pressing matters in our religious communities. Through these efforts, we will be the purveyors of peace. We will be the guiding light for those who are hurting most. Let us pray. One day, we will achieve peace and justice for all. As we work together on the difficult challenges of safety and health of our community, we recognize that our hospital emergency room has experienced a growing need, like many across our nation. To address the growing need tonight, I'm excited to announce an investment of $15 million to the Johns Hopkins Howard County Medical System. This funding will support expansion so that patients can be treated more quickly and efficiently in the emergency department. And while physical health is vital, so is our mental health. Last year, I provided $1 million toward an expanded behavioral health unit. This work is building upon our progress on behavioral mental health as well as substance misuse disorders. To push even further toward the next stop, I am committing another $1 million to support the mental health needs for patients at the Howard County Medical Center. I want to thank especially the visionary leadership and partnership of President Dr. Shafiq Ahmed, Johns Hopkins Health System President Kevin Sowers, and the entire team at the Howard County Medical Center for making these efforts a reality. Additionally, our hospital, in partnership with the Howard Community College, Chase Brexton, and the Health Department, will continue to make major progress toward maternal health. The pandemic also reminded us of the importance of ensuring that all our residents, from our youngest children to our older adults, have access to critical vaccines. Due to the partnerships with our health department, private partners like Centennial Medical Group, and our Department of Fire and Rescue Services, we can now save more lives. For our next stop in expanding access, starting October 30th, our health department will be providing special clinics to children under 12. We are the only health department in the state to bring the COVID booster to elementary schools, fortifying our commitment to meeting our community where they are. For our older adults, tonight I am pleased to announce that we will offer a senior clinic at the Bain Center on November 17th. We continue to take the COVID booster and flu shots to our homebound seniors and those with severe disabilities, regardless of insurance status. In addition, uninsured adults can get the COVID booster and flu shot at our health department on Mondays and Fridays. Now, COVID-19 has taken a tremendous toll on our community, and it is important to remember who and what we have lost while reflecting on how we have persevered. I invite you to join me on November 3rd at 11 a.m. as we break ground on Howard County's COVID-19 Memorial in Ellicott City. This public space will provide an opportunity for us to reflect on such a challenging period in our lives while serving as a reminder of the resilience and the symbol of our renewal in our community. Expanding reliable and accessible housing is a key component of our work to build places that support one another and enable us to grow together. We know there are barriers that impact access to housing and home ownership, which is why this week I will file our comprehensive transformative housing opportunities meant for everyone or home package. And this bundle of legislation will include critical initiatives related to rental stability, home ownership, and housing our youth. Additionally, through our trust fund, we are allocating $1.6 million to Patuxent Commons. This is a visionary, multi-generational project that will include 25% of units set aside for persons with disabilities, ensuring that we are growing inclusively together. Now, October is Disability Employment Awareness Month, and we know that expanding our pipeline of workers with developmental disabilities is an important aspect of creating a truly diverse and inclusive workforce. However, we know that we can and we must do better. This week, we're working with our Economic Development Authority, highlighting more than 300 local businesses. These small businesses are the backbone of our community and help drive our economy. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize EDA's new CEO, Jennifer Jones, for her visionary leadership. Our small businesses vary from cybersecurity to hospitality. Attracting and retaining a talented workforce means expanding the types of jobs available. This year, we included $1 million for the Workforce Development and Skilled Trade Center right here at HCC. I'm thrilled, you're gonna wanna clap in a second. I'm thrilled to announce that for our next stop on the road to excellence in workforce investment, we will commit an additional $10 million to support the building of this transformational trade center. This center will be a beacon of innovation and increase our economic vitality statewide. I want to thank President Dr. Daria Willis and her entire leadership team for their vision to expanding learning and workforce opportunities. We know that educating our residents should be at the forefront of everything that we do. And that is why we will continue to provide record-setting educational investments. During the past 5 years, we provided a record level of funding above the state-mandated maintenance of effort for our Howard County Public School system. My most recent budget contained more than $720 million in recurring funding, which was the largest increase of local funding in Howard County history. We know that the success of our students starts early with a strong educational foundation for our youngest learners. Howard County is proudly ahead of schedule in meeting the statewide mandate of Blueprint implementation, which includes pre-K expansion. This spring, our team directed $22 million in pass-through funding from the state for the renovation of the Faulkner Ridge Center. Formerly an elementary school, this vacant building will be renovated to create 260 new pre-K seats, expanding pre-K access for our 3- and 4-year-olds. The Blueprint for Maryland's future will transform our education system and will require comprehensive changes. Now this year, during my visits across the state of Maryland, as president of the Maryland Association of Counties, I heard concerns from leaders in every jurisdiction that there must be a careful balance of funding education expansion while maintaining essential government services. We look forward to our continued partnership with Governor Moore's administration as we work toward responsible and realistic implementation of these important milestones. Ongoing progress and prioritization for school construction continues to support renovations and systemic improvements. In fact, for the last 2 years, our team has fully funded the Board of Education's capital request. We funded the full implementation and addition and renovation of Hammond High School, and in August, we also proudly opened Guilford Park High School, our first high school open since 2005. And while this state-of-the-art facility provides us something to be proud of, we must also focus our efforts on the school facilities that require much-needed improvements. We continue to partner with our school system and Board of Education so that schools like Oakland Mills Middle and Dunlogan Middle are prioritized for renovations. We also know that our community continues to grow. So does the need for an additional high school in Elkridge. Since taking office, my team has been working with the state to acquire land that will satisfy program open space conversion requirements. Last year, we successfully completed the purchase agreement for Camp Ilchester. This confirmed the property's eligibility to construct a high school at Troy Park in Elkridge. However, we recognize significant additional conversion requirements remain. Our Elk Ridge community cannot wait any longer for a high school. Therefore, we will be moving High School 14 away from Troy Park, and we'll begin to evaluate other sites in Elk Ridge. And tonight, I'm proud to announce we are committing $15 million for site acquisition for High School 14 in Elk Ridge. Planning for our schools and future growth in Howard County was a critical component of our general plan. Last week, I signed HOCO by Design, our comprehensive general plan that will provide a roadmap for land use and conservation for the next 20 years. This 3-year-long process had historic levels of community engagement. I want to thank the County Council for passing this critical legislation. I want to thank the many residents and community stakeholders who took part in helping to shape the bold future of our county. And I would be remiss if I didn't express my sincere gratitude to the Department of Planning and Zoning for spearheading this Herculean effort. Howard County remains home to the safest city in Maryland and one of the safest cities in America. This is due, in part, to our investment of significant resources to expand and improve our public safety, along with supporting our first responders. Our public safety professionals are those who run towards danger when others are running away. Their dedication and determination to serve and protect our community is unmatched. There are times when they make the ultimate sacrifice. Recently, Howard County lost our very own Deputy Sheriff Ryan Demby. He was only 23 years old, a shining light following in his father's footsteps. And just last week, our Howard County crews responded to support a 2-alarm fire in Baltimore City. Our local volunteer firefighters stepped up their support right here at home. However, Baltimore City firefighters Rodney W. Pitts III died in the line of duty, and Lieutenant Dylan Ronaldo remains in critical but stable condition. Please join me in a moment of silence to recognize our public safety heroes. Every time our emergency personnel put on their uniforms, there are tremendous risks involved. And we deeply appreciate their bravery. At our next stop on the road to supporting our volunteer firefighters, we will provide $100,000 to each of our 6 volunteer corporations next fiscal year. If you serve or have served as a first responder, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. As we continue to strive for excellence in emergency response, Howard County became the first ground-based EMS department to provide whole blood transfusions to critical patients before they reach the hospital. While not every trauma patient will need a blood transfusion, the ability to provide whole blood to critical patients will increase their chances of survival even before they reach the hospital. Due to partnership with the University of Maryland Medical Center Shock Trauma, Johns Hopkins Howard County Medical Center, and every medical professional in our region, that we can make an impact of this magnitude. Our first responders are among the most highly trained and sought after in the region. In the spring of 2023, our police department graduated 25 new officers, and our current class has 28 new recruits. This is the largest class in over 30 years, and we remain dedicated to keeping our community safe and secure. Now, we are able to expand our focus on new initiatives as well as those left unfinished. Additionally, our police department and Department of Technology and Community Communication Services have built a comprehensive database and website dedicated to solving cold cases dating back to the 1970s. This initiative will underscore the importance of using modern technology and bring closure and justice for families. Safe and connected communities are engaged communities. When we expand access to broadband, we help achieve digital equity. We have worked extensively to ensure that from the rural west to the southeast of Howard County, our residents are better connected. Through partnerships with the Community Action Council, BG&E, and Elk Ridge Mobile Home Park, we have provided free public Wi-Fi and are committed to expanding to other mobile home communities along the Route 1 corridor. In addition to 250 miles of broadband fiber the county originally constructed, within the past 2 years, we have added more than 140 miles. This is critical for our countywide continuity, as our network includes all county buildings, schools, our hospital, Columbia Association, and most recently, all of our libraries. Additionally, Wi-Fi has been expanded to the Howard County Fairgrounds, which was never previously available. For the next stop on the road to excellence in digital equity, we are partnering with the Columbia Association to provide broadband connectivity to their facilities, including all village centers, 6 village centers, and all 23 of their pools. Our outdoor parks and public facilities are a core centerpiece to our community. To date, Recreation and Parks has acquired more than 9,900 acres of public parkland and open space. This year, we will purchase additional properties and exceed 10,000 acres of county-owned parkland. When that acquisition is complete, we will have nearly 30,000 acres in Howard County. And we have some of the most beautiful, engaging parks in our nation. And tonight, I am pleased to announce $400,000 to begin design for a destination public garden right here in Howard County. This garden will include trees and flowers that are native to our region. And we will continue to excel with a growing national favorite pastime, pickleball. We recently opened 8 standalone pickleball courts in Western Regional Park and added 8 more blended lines to the newly renovated tennis courts. Now, 16 pickleball games can be played simultaneously there. As we travel on the road to excellence and access to pickleball, in my upcoming proposed budget, I will request funding for 6 additional pickleball courts at Blandare Regional Park in Columbia. This will bring the total number of county-owned courts to nearly 80. To create even more spaces for members of our community to gather, I'm committing $1.5 million to start the planning and design for a future world-class multi-sheet ice rink. and $20 million for the previously designated shovel-ready North Laurel Pool. We understand the importance of expanding capital projects that improve the quality of life for our residents. And this past year, we continued to upgrade our playgrounds, walking paths, open spaces, and parks to welcome people of all ages and abilities. On the road to inclusionary excellence, we will open a sensory path and playground at Centennial Park North. This will be a beautiful place for children of all abilities. And we are also responding to the needs of for individuals with disabilities, their families, and caretakers, and have installed adult changing tables at 3 of our community centers. Additional locations in planning and development phases are coming. Now, we emerged from the pandemic and we saw the need for our young people to have greater access to safe, engaging environments where they can recreate and interact with each other in a positive way. This past year, we provided more than $1 million to local organizations in youth engagement programming, or YEP grants, to support our young people. We also know that the voices of our young people should be at the forefront of our efforts. To bring voices of more young people to the table, we established the Youth Engagement Leadership Work Group comprised of 27 students from around our county. These emerging leaders bring diverse backgrounds and perspectives when discussing pressing issues impacting their generation and our future. I encourage you to join this engaged work group for their Youth Voices Town Hall. And if you are a member of the Youth Engagement Leadership Work Group, please stand and be recognized. As we continue on the road to excellence, I'm announcing $3 million for community centers in Howard County. The first stop includes a $1.5 million investment in planning to launch an important new gathering space in Columbia. We will work with the innovative team of Columbia Concepts to reimagine the site of the iconic Columbia Flyer building as a new center for recreation and community services. In partnership with Columbia Community Cares, the vision of Columbia Concepts includes dedicated childcare space, recreation for our young people, spaces for multi-generational gatherings, and a productive place to gather in the heart of downtown Columbia. Now, the next stop is a community center in Elkridge. We will make an additional $1.5 million to immediately launch planning and design. We know that our Elkridge community deserves a place where our children can play sports, do homework, or enjoy time with friends. This center has been a long time coming for our Elkridge community, and I'm excited to work with you to bring this vision to reality. Additionally, with an investment of $1.5 million, we will begin the planning and design of an indoor track facility at Troy Park at Elkridge. Now, Troy Park at Elkridge will become a regional destination with significant economic benefits. Our work to support future generations is comprehensive and transformative, and expanding partnerships to support our young people is a top priority for our community. To continue building on this important work, I'm thrilled to share an exciting new partnership between Howard County Government, Howard Community College, and the Boys and Girls Club of Metropolitan Baltimore. In 2024, our next stop will be to open a Boys and Girls Club for middle and high school students right here at HCC. This new club will provide critical after-school programming and mentorship and support our young people in nearby neighborhoods. In partnership with the community college, this Boys and Girls Club will be the first of its kind in the state. It will serve as a model for how we can come together and uplift and champion our young people. Forging new partnerships and reimagining programmatic space continues to be a focal point. When considering the revitalization of the historic courthouse in Ellicott City, it was of the utmost importance to engage our community. After receiving feedback from more than 600 community stakeholders, it was evident that we must prioritize the space for cultural and civic uses. The next exciting stop for our historic courthouse will be a transformative center for the arts, culture, and history. The anchors of this vibrant community center will be the Howard County Center for the Arts, the Asian American and Pacific Island Cultural Center, Roving Radish Marketplace, and a shared commercial kitchen space. This plan maintains the ongoing small business and artisan community in historic Ellicott City and has the potential to increase economic activity in the area by bringing more natural foot traffic to retail and restaurants. As we continue our efforts to champion and celebrate the arts tonight, in partnership with the Howard County Arts Council and Hoko Palazzo, I'm excited to announce the establishment of Howard County's first Poet Laureate and Youth Poet Laureate program. As the first program of its kind in Howard County, this competitive initiative will put a spotlight and focus on our incredible poetry and literature community right here at home. I want to thank the members of the Howard County Arts Council Board who unanimously approved this program. As we modernize and incorporate our inclusive values in everything we do tonight, I'm announcing the establishment of a commission to redesign our county flag, which was adopted nearly 55 years ago. I want to thank the members of the Flag Commission here this evening and the chair of this forthcoming process, Colleen West, who serves as Executive Director of the Howard County Center for the Arts. This commission will oversee the guidelines, public submission, and review process that will result in the selection of a brand new flag design that encompasses Howard County's past, present, and future. Now, following the move of our Center for the Arts to the historic courthouse in Ellicott City, we will build upon the progress we made with our Harriet Tubman Cultural Center. The current site of the Howard County Center for the Arts will become the new space for our local Black Greek letter nonprofits. For the first time in Howard County, there will be a dedicated space for our historically Black fraternities and sororities to meet and offer key programs for our community. These chapters do incredible work in our community, including youth mentoring programs, college and career fairs, scholarships, food drives, and much more. This will be a national model of collaboration for service. Thank you to all our community members who are members of these dedicated organizations who have done so much for our community. To serve our community as an educational and recreational space, it is important that Belmont Manor and Historic Park in Elkridge remains open and accessible to the public. I'm excited that we will now resume its free community events, and I invite you to Belmont's Fall Open House. Preserving historic sites and protecting our environments continues to be a cornerstone. In June of this year, we announced the permanent preservation of environmentally sensitive land in Elkridge, owned by the nonprofit Holy Trinity Russian Orthodox Church. In partnership with the Howard County Conservancy, this acquisition was made possible by our innovative Purchased Conservation Easement Pilot Program. Tonight, I'm proud to share the next stop on the road to land conservation in Howard County. Through this important initiative, we will soon protect an additional 8 acres of land owned by the North St. John's Swim and Tennis Club, a nonprofit organization in Ellicott City. I want to thank Conservancy Executive Director Meg Boyd and her entire team who helped administer this program. In 2021, before Howard County entered into the largest solar power purchase agreement in Maryland, we had several small demonstration solar projects on county buildings that provided less than 2% of electricity for county government operations. Today, 3 years into the PPA, Howard County receives 47% of the electricity needed for county government operations from solar. To date, solar arrays have been installed on our roofs, parking canopies, and ground mount sites on county and private properties. These solar installations are expected to generate as much as 35.6 million kilowatts per year, which is the equivalent of powering nearly 3,000 homes each year or planting of more than 250,000 trees. Three more projects are under design and permitting. We expect at least 55% of county government operations to be powered by solar within the next 2 years. In addition to increasing solar and EV initiatives, our Climate Action and Resiliency Plan calls for the significant expansion of our tree canopy. In effect, by 2030, we will add 640 acres of trees. This will expand our tree canopy 50% of the county's land area. In order to reach this milestone, we will invest $3 million into our private forest conservation program, and this initiative allows us to protect forests from future development. Now, since 2019, we have planted or given away more than 68,000 trees in our community, and today I'm committing $1.5 million to aggressively grow our tree planting and giveaway programs. We will also launch a Tree Savers Management Program. Partnering with trained volunteers, we will identify and remove harmful invasives from forests throughout Howard County. Investments today will ensure progress with incredible outcomes for our future. We continue to make important progress on flood mitigation and resilience through our long-range comprehensive Ellicott City Safe and Sound Plan. Recently, Governor Moore and members of his cabinet spent time at several of our EC Safe and Sound sites to gain an understanding of the devastating impacts of the 2011, 2016, and 2018 floods. Governor Moore saw firsthand the need for continued investment in such a historic and economically vital community. Since taking office, we have made tremendous progress as part of our EC Safe and Sound plan. This incredible completion of our H7 dry mitigation pond, Quaker Mill retention pond, the completion of an outdoor tone alert system, installing high ground signage, and the establishment of a stream debris cleaning program. And today, I'm excited to share 2 new milestones in our EC Safe and Sound plan. This summer, we will break ground on our H4 flood mitigation pond. Located along Frederick Road, the stormwater retention project will hold more than 5.5 million gallons of water during storm events. This critical project will continue to reduce water flow on Main Street and further our flood mitigation goals. Now, the previous plan would have removed 10 historic buildings in Ellicott City. Under our EC Safe and Sound plan, we made a commitment to scale back the loss of historic architecture on Lower Main to just 4 structures and developed plans to preserve and renovate the 6 remaining historic buildings. And now, we will begin the building removal work on Lower Main Street starting this January. This is the first step to realizing our vision for an expanded Tiber Park and the continued revitalization of Lower Main Street. And as we advance these 2 important projects, our team will continue to work diligently with CSX to finalize design and approvals for the extended North Tunnel and Maryland Avenue culvert. I want to thank our historic Ellicott City community for your perseverance and efforts to ensure that Ellicott City's best days are ahead. But improved infrastructure extends beyond Ellicott City. Connected communities are thriving communities, and our bold vision and commitment to infrastructure investment has earned national accolades. Our Complete Streets policy was recently recognized as the best in the nation by Smart Growth America. Howard County is the first jurisdiction to receive a perfect score. And this year's budget included more than $13 million for Complete Streets projects. That's good, that's right. This recognition reflects our commitment to prioritizing pedestrian, bicyclists, transit riders, drivers, and all road users. To further enhance the safety and connectivity of walking routes, our team expedited more than 85 infrastructure improvements for the school year. This work included installing 20 new crosswalks, ADA ramps, sidewalks, pathways, and signage projects, as well as refreshing and repainting more than 65 existing crosswalks throughout Howard County. And as we continue to invest in community enhancements for Elkridge, I am also excited to announce the creation of the Troy Park Neighborhood Connection Project. This multi-million-dollar investment will be targeted to improve walkability and multimodal transportation access between Troy Park and nearby residential communities in Elkridge. We are making strides to not only expand our public transportation routes, but also modernize how our community utilizes the RTA. This year, we're excited to announce that our free student bus passes are now digital through the Transit app. This transition to digital passes will help more students access public transportation to travel to school, work, and other parts of Howard County. On the next stop on the road to excellence in being a multimodal system for all ages and abilities, I'm happy to announce that I will pre-file our 5-year transit development plan this week. Howard County remains a model community for jurisdictions across our nation. This year, we received a record 52 NACO awards, including a Best in Category for Transportation. And we received double the amount of awards of any other county in the state of Maryland, and that is so wonderful for our community. Now, just a few months ago, we hosted the Moore-Miller administration's Cabinet for a Day. During their time here, they witnessed how Howard County is the best place to live, work, play, grow, and thrive for all. I want to express my sincere appreciation for your continued faith and trust in our team. Serving as your Howard County executive has been one of the most challenging yet rewarding experiences of my life. We have faced hardship, uncertainty, and loss. But the goal remains working for our community and establishing the best quality of life, not just overall, but for all. Together, we will think bigger, grow bolder, and shine brighter to shape the future of Howard County. I truly believe that our best days are ahead as we journey to the next stop on the road to excellence together. Thank you. God bless our county, our state, our nation, and our world.